Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're doing
Hello.
well. Good afternoon. Let's see who's here.
Well,
Let us know if you can hear us, see us clearly.
okay.
We've been kind of busy all day, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. But we're
The last
glad
couple of
glad to
days.
be with you and glad to know that you guys are still here. James Dixon is the early bird
Well,
tonight.
James, been thinking about you today, man.
Yeah.
Miss
Good.
Linda, Joe.
Good holiday. Happy holidays. Hey,
Yeah,
Linda Langdon,
yeah.
James, and Linda were the first ones here.
And the butterfly.
And there's Joe, Butterfly Whisperer. I want to know who you are.
Yeah, we need to know who you are. Talk to us a little bit.
I don't think we've seen your handle on here.
The
Hey,
butterfly.
Pastor Norman. Glad you're on here, sweetie.
Renee and
And my brother-in-law's sister. My
butterfly.
sissy, my sissy.
I like that. That sounds like one of them important names, butterfly.
Oh, that's Kelly.
Oh,
That's
Lord, have mercy.
Kelly. Hey, darling. And then there's Dee Dee. Hey, baby.
Butterfly. Well, I'm gonna have to talk with you, Miss Kelly, about that
Lordy,
butterfly.
Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. She said everything's good. Thank you. Sissy said, well,
Mm,
they're hearing us and clear and everything. I can't even talk. My tongue is twisted. Yeah,
Pat,
KK, we know who you are. We know who you are.
try to
There's
pull a
Pat,
deal on
Pat.
us there, Miss Butterfly.
And there's Pat. Hey, Pat. Hope you're doing well. Hope you guys
Yeah.
had a good Christmas. Christmas can be stressful and good at the same time, can't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we're here and we're glad you're here with us. You have something special you want to talk about tonight? You think?
Yeah.
But I don't want you to get into it just yet. Let me do the affirmation and then you can jump right on in. Right on in. And let's see here. Let me add this to the stream and get rid of this banner. Okay, let's see. All right, I hope you're sitting down and you're still and not distracted with a lot of things around you. And if and we you can follow me with this and repeat after me, or you can simply listen, whichever you choose. But I want you to first let go of everything that you've experienced today. If you can, just put it aside. Anything that you might be concerned about, anything that's kind of filled your mind for the last hour, let it go, sit it aside. And because we don't need it right now, and you don't need it, and you want to be completely open so that you can receive whatever comes forth from either me or pastor or either one of you. So I want you to just right now center in and let's do this. My heart opens when I see Christ in myself and as myself. I am awakening to this truth that sets me free, by showing me that I am already free. I've looked for God and found myself. I've looked for myself and found God. My heart, which is the heart of God, is now open and exposed. I allow all beliefs, defenses, and accumulated knowledge to be suspended so that I can embody this truth. I willingly lay down all beliefs about God, all beliefs about myself, and my beliefs about others. And the veil of my conditioning is being stripped away. And now the concept of myself is being removed. And there is now a divine impartation of knowing. Knowing the truth is my point of recognition of what I am. I am the same essence as God. Seeing God within myself, I find that God is seeing himself. The awareness that I use to see God is the same awareness that God uses to see me. I am now witnessing the uncovering of the self that I am. I am now witnessing the uncovering of the God self that I am. And so it is. And so it is.
Well, this morning we got a phone call, and Laverne said that Johnny, her husband,
He transitioned.
he transitioned, and he is. She said he slept away.
Mm-hmm.
He was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we could have something else could have been done a different way with them. I think they'd married, well, 10 years.
They were together 10 years.
10
They were
years,
married 5, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she seemed to be okay at the point that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
In my sleep rest period today upstairs, I come downstairs and just about 30 minutes before we came on, I was aware of, like I was seeing, I was in a clothing store, and I was in the store and watching the actions of the store. This is, I never seen anything like this, but this, it's always different. I had a chance to see Jesus with, as and working in a store where light beings was in suits of flesh, meat suits, and they were there, and I could see through the physical part of them, and few of the angels stood around. It was like the help was in the store. About 3 or 4 of them come around, and the lady or the guy that was standing there, Jesus was assisting them in fitting him in some very meticulous outfits. It's the first time ever I wanted to talk to you about, because I looked off and I can still see it now. And Jesus wanted to be with be in this occasion to witness what it would be like being them and him and around being fitted for a new suit. I don't know what that means. It doesn't matter, but I saw it. And I'm beginning to have a lot of insight to some of the practical things of the Spirit. But I never thought that Jesus being a tailor or working in a clothing store, but he was there.
And he does.
Yeah, he does. He was there.
Mm-hmm.
And he took this person and set it up for an appointment to have these suits fitted on different people.
Mm.
And he's really like I always see him. He's oh gosh, he's awesome. I mean, it's just being with him like a running buddy.
Yeah. Let me acknowledge a couple of things before you start, sweetie. Sadie, I'm glad you're here, darling. Brother Kessler, Sister Chris, I've been calling you, honey pie, and I can't get you. I'll call you again. And there's Carolyn. She's in Greensboro with Quadjo. Yeah, and Monique. Yeah. It's good to have you, Carolyn. Thank you so much. And Pastor Norman is sending the condolences to Laverne.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to acknowledge that.
I won't be able to do much with this situation with her moving just a little bit. Sometime I hit the wrong way, and this hip, the pain is so, it just makes you want to cry. It hurts so bad. But anyway, I'm okay as long as I sit still. As long as I'm talking to you guys, I'm okay.
Mhm. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
You got something you want
No,
to
go
add?
ahead.
I got something. It's not much. It's just a little bit right here. It says every incarnation is a reincarnation. Every child born is a reincarnation.
Okay.
For only one self, and that's a capital S self, enters into each body and looks out of all eyes and is conscious.
Mm.
Each of us is a reincarnation of every person who has preceded us, and the knowledge of all that has preceded us lies within us in the universal subconscious mind of Christ, which has been all things and all people and all events and will be forevermore.
Mm.
Has been all people. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's really something. I was also listening to people talk about when they saw Jesus today, and they saw his eyes. Some saw blue, but I've always seen him like he put the eyes that we have in all of us, and his eyes are brown, blue, whatever.
They'll be whatever,
Yeah.
can't they?
But some people want to specialize in it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
No, go ahead.
there's a truth. There's forms of truth. There is a faith and a different forms of faith, but there's a truth that does not have anything to do with accumulative knowledge of facts. There's a truth that we are the truth of God in our infinite eternal self that never decreases in its I'm gonna say plumpness, but it never decreases in the knowing or not knowing. It is so spontaneous. And when I was sitting in the other room, I was looking at all the books that I've accumulated, thousands of them. Um, I don't look at them much now. I don't do hardly any reading now, but I be trying to get back to it. But the minute that I saw and experienced what I was looking for in the books, I was able to let go of the books because what I was looking for is what we've been talking about in this class, in our classes every night. This is one of the most amazing days, nights for all of us, and each time we come on, it's amazing. But this is December. We went through Christmas. I mean, just like that. I mean, I was thinking that it was going to last a long time, based on the event. And there are some people who have problem with believing in Christmas. You don't have to believe in it. It's just a time of great expectancy, of holding each other, loving each other,
hope,
being around each other. And there are moments every year when this occasion come up in the 25th of December, that anniversaries of our parents and the time that we had around our families, we have a review or memory of that. But I want you guys to understand, Christmas is, some people say Christmas is of the devil. Please leave that alone.
And just say Christmas is of the devil?
Yeah, some people say that. I'm a Muslim and I'm a this and a that. And I just don't believe in Christmas and Santa. What difference does it make? As a lot of people in the world don't believe you exist either, but they don't mess with you. But it is so wonderful to be around people and to know people like you guys. And as some of you are listening to us now that don't want to identify yourself by your name on the screen, I appreciate you tuning in to us. And I really do. We really appreciate you in being open enough to hear some of the crazy stuff we are talking about, it seemed like. And you don't let the judgment come up in you to not listen.
And put up with our shenanigans.
Yeah.
Because we do that often.
Let's enjoy. You know, back when I was in the first, a little guy, I put on a pair of the first roller skates, and I busted my bun and fell all kinds of ways. And these roller skates, then I learned how to ride a bicycle that didn't have any brakes on it, and don't have no fenders on it. Matter of fact, didn't have no tires on it. All it was just rims.
Well, I got a story for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
My cousin His name was Burnett.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was a teenager, my grandfather had this large tobacco farm,
Mm-hmm.
and well, I mean, everything on the farm, all
Mhm.
kinds of cattle and all that stuff, and all kinds of produce. And anyway, there was this long hill going straight through his tobacco garden,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very narrow.
Mm-hmm.
And at the bottom of that hill, it was a very steep hill. At the bottom of that hill was a branch,
Oh yeah, that's what you talk about.
and it was a pretty deep branch.
Okay, y'all used to get in that branch.
No, but listen, I got baptized in that branch, but
Oh
no.
Lord, have mercy.
But at the branch there was a plank thrown across the branch,
Mm-hmm.
about that thick,
Mhm.
maybe 4 inches thick
Mm-hmm.
or wide, I should
Mhm.
say. And that's what people used to walk across the
Mhm.
branch. Well, my cousin Burnett would take off from the top of that hill as fast as he could and go down that hill and go straight across that plank.
He didn't fall off of it.
Never fell off.
Good gracious.
He was a daredevil, a big daredevil.
I remember I was going to go where we lived at. That was a branch, a creek, and it was pretty wide. And across the branch, you'll see a lot of sewer lines that go across the pipe.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Did you try to walk that?
Yeah,
pipe?
I got on that thing.
I was afraid to do it.
Oh no, I wasn't. I got on that pipe. I said, "Shucks, I ain't gonna walk her around to get to where I want to be. I'm gonna walk across this pipe." Well, I went across it, and I got middle ways of it and lost my balance and fell backward. And I think the water knew I was coming, and it spread out.
And it's not deep. It's not
the
deep.
bottom.
So you hit that
Lord,
bottom.
and during that time, you could actually drink water out of the branch.
Well, yeah, but now how did we get on this? I don't know.
We're talking about
know how
these
we got
events
on
coming
it.
up of our childhood. But anyway, when I hit that water, it knocked the breath out of me.
Yeah.
And when I got up, I looked. It's a strange thing. You do something like that, you get up to see if anybody saw you. I looked at you, and I took a breath.
Yeah, like I fell downtown, in the middle of downtown,
Mm-hmm.
with a bunch of books in my arm. And the books went everywhere, and stockings tore up and everything.
Oh, Lord.
Then I looked around to see if anybody saw me.
So these are times I'm saying, we're talking about Christmas now.
Yeah, we were.
All this time as a little boy, I rode a bicycle that didn't have any tires on it, no brakes. And the only way you could put on brakes was use the back of your shoe to rub against the rim.
Yeah.
And then the roller skates. And we had what it's called motorcycles, like they had in scooters now. We made ours out of roller skates.
Well, by the way, my cousin didn't have brakes on his bike.
Oh, shucks. And so as we grew up, we had Christmas trees. And as you and I began to be foster parents, we had Yvette and Randy, and we went out and we would go out in the country somewhere and find a tree in somebody's yard.
Somebody's land and cut it down.
Some of the places we got.
Because we couldn't afford to buy one.
That's the truth. We'd be on the side of the road, and we had a '74 Vega Chevrolet.
And we put that tree on top of that Vega.
Took rope and tied it to the top of that car and brought it home.
Sure did.
Sweetheart, I'm telling you, the precious moments that you and I have
talking
had.
About the memories, yeah.
With the memories of the good times of Christmas, the Thanksgivings. I'm reminiscing on this. It may be a story, but let's talk about it because some get sad at Christmas because it's the memories. The black box opened up and it reveals association of memories and feelings. But you know what? We are blessed with you are to be here, to be able to talk to you. And we never thought that we would be talking to people like you guys on a computer, on a screen. Because when we, some of you know, when we first started, they had these little bitty televisions, and we looked at television
we only
like
had
we're looking
a couple
at movies.
Of stations.
Then went off at 1 o'clock.
And it went off at 12.
Yeah,
actually.
Get up in the morning, come home at 7, and the weatherman would come up in a tower, the Shell weatherman, and all that, Johnny Carson, and all that. But you guys have this year, this Christmas, for the first time, I am talking to people that we know that the love of God, Jesus, His Spirit, is oozing through you now, coming toward us, and we to you. I have seen the face of Jesus, and I've seen the face of Jesus in everybody I meet. I don't ask for it. I don't try. It just happened. So now that we are here tonight, it is a wonderful thing to say. One of the most powerful statements you can make is thank you. Thank you. And I like to make a habit of saying that to different people. Thank you, because it is I consider it as an unction of the Spirit.
Hmm.
And I can see some of you now listening to us. I can smell and sense the fragrance of a fresh perfume or a fresh rose
Hmm.
gathered around you. I can see
Yeah.
pretty flowers around some of you, and this is a presence of God. And you're going to see things from this moment through the first of the year. You're going to see some things that you went through in the past, which is a past, okay? And let's just let our hair down. Don't try to spiritualize it. Yes, you're going to see a presence and a movement of God around you that's going to enhance your consciousness and awareness of how real you are being one with Him.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
an effortless effort thing that goes down from the middle of your nose down through your solar plex and your spine.
Mhm.
So we
Yeah.
just want to say thank you again for helping us spiritually, financially, the
Yeah.
prayers that you sent up for us,
Yeah.
and the, the wholesome desire from you guys that want to see us do well, and
Yeah.
we do you too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carolyn says she likes my shirt. I'm wearing the shirt tonight. I am, and I could model it, but I'm not going to get up and model it. There's some more stuff on the back, Carolyn, and Sister Pearl gave me this. She made it, or had it
Yeah, I
done
saw that, Mr. Earl. Yeah.
because of the affirmations we had done in the sessions, and she went and got this shirt made and or got the all the stuff put on it and gave it to me. This was when Mama Essie passed, actually. So
Yeah.
she gave it to me.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, that's when she actually gave it to me.
Oh my gracious.
And I've been saying I was going to get with her, and we never just haven't done it yet. But anyway, I want to read something else.
Yeah,
Can
go
I?
ahead. Go ahead.
All right, and this is in a book that I'm not sure you all I've mentioned to you guys before, but it's called Three Magic Words by U.S. Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
He's no longer on this Earth planet in physical form. This has been way, way, way back. I'm not even sure when he wrote this book, when it was published. It was way back. Let's see. I'll tell you in just a sec when it was done. It was published in 1954, so that's a long time ago. Anyway, this chapter is called Immortality, and it says the first thing it says is spirit never dies.
Mm.
All too often, those who search for the soul's immortality do so in answer to the question, will man live again? And they cloud the issue, for if a man be immortal, he never dies, nor is he ever born. He simply is. That which has no ending can have no beginning, and that which has no beginning or ending is timeless and infinite, is pure being, exists forever. It is apparent that the body is not immortal.
Mm.
It has an obvious beginning and an obvious end. What we expect to be immortal in man is invisible, is spirit, a mysterious presence that animates body with consciousness. Each of us knows this presence very well, for it is what we feel ourselves to be. It is what we refer to when we say, I.
Mm-mm.
This I, then, this consciousness we know to be ourselves, is what we expect to be perpetuated after the death of the body. What and who is this I? Is it the accumulated memories of a lifetime?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the knowledge each of us has attained?
Mm.
Is it some central perception station at the nerve endings of the five senses? Perhaps it's all of these, but it is a certainty that it is consciousness. For only that which is conscious is capable of referring to itself as I, and consciousness is invisible.
Okay. Miss Carolyn, I want to find out how you got that shirt.
Yeah, I just mentioned it.
You did, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking about Miss Pearl.
She wants to know how she can get one.
Get one,
I would
yeah.
have to get with Pearl, and Pearl is the one who would know, because she has whoever did the screening for her. I don't know who it was.
Because she mentioned it to us
Yeah.
before you got one, I think.
Yeah, and I've been promising I was going to get with Pearl so that I could get you guys a shirt, but I haven't done it yet. So you'll have to forgive me until I get there. And let's see what Sadie's saying. She said, I just want to thank y'all both for your time,
Mm-hmm.
because you never know what people are going through.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much,
That's
Sadie.
great.
Thank you,
That's
darling.
gratitude. I thank you for that.
I really appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think of what I just read?
That was, that's good stuff.
Mhm.
That's immortality.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
boom, man,
Yeah.
I tell you, that's good. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I was an hungered, and you gave me meat.
Mm-hmm.
I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
Naked, and you clothed me. Please put some clothes on that nakedness. I was sick, and ye visited me.
Mm-hmm.
I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer. The righteous going to answer this. Now, these people who are supposed to know God, these are people that have all the experiences. They've been everywhere, heard everybody, saw everything, talked the supernatural, seen miracles, signs, wonders and miracles and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and yet they miss Jesus.
Yeah.
They I was like that. As long as I can feel the power of God, the anointing, and shout and feel the bliss of all of this and all that required from the scripture, but there's one mystical side that the baptism and the day of Pentecost, coming of the Spirit of God to rest in man on man, all that, still miss this one little tiny nugget. And I'm reading about it now. And they said, Lord, the righteous, these are the people that read the Bible from beginning to end, every book.
They didn't have a Bible, but yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
I got you.
Paraphrasing.
Mm-hmm.
When saw we thee in hunger and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in,
Yeah.
or naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily, and they say, Verily, say it's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren. Now, wait a minute. All these people out there, when you look at the snow and that's going on and the blizzard,
Yeah, there's so much happening.
oh gosh, and the people in their homes that are catching fire in the midst of all this, I see it, and my prayers and my inner self and my uh, empathic self goes to them and experiences. God help these, do something for these people. He calls all of these people brethren. But there's something about what he's saying in here, that if you done it unto the least of them, you have done it unto me. Now, this is a me that denominational spiritualism, those who do not confess Jesus as their Savior and Lord, even to the point of the atheistic, are those who do not believe that God exists. There is no God. I run around with a gangster that said the same thing in my younger days. When I read this, the light came on, like you see in the funny books, the little puff of cloud come up and they be thinking.
The light bulb.
The light bulb came on. Boom. I said, wait. Are you telling me that Jesus is saying to these disciples and everybody else around him that everybody we meet on the street don't have to know their name, don't live with them, didn't sleep with them, don't know a thing about them? You know what I'm going to say, don't
You
you?
do? Yeah, y'all know what you
He
do.
said, if you done it unto the least of them, he called them their brother. Now, there's some of us that got blowed up, puffed up, and swole real big, that if you mention this, they all say, did they get the Holy Ghost?
Oh yeah.
And they ain't come through yet to the speaking in tongues? Are they Methodist holiness? Are they Jehovah's or any other religion? Until they give their life to Jesus, God don't know anything about it. That's the biggest, craziest. Oh, it's very painful. But here we go. Those that say that, they are inclusive in what I'm getting ready to say. Jesus said, if you've done it unto any of them,
You done it unto me.
I like going into the restaurant and to people that wait on me, and I'll tell them, I see God in you. I don't have to know where they live. They don't have to go to church. They don't have to pray. They could be drunk as a wheelbarrow with one handle on it, a flat tire, and a brick in it.
Mm.
It,
Hmm.
it don't matter. I see something. A lady said today when I listened to about seeing Jesus in person, she said his eyes were blue. I said, okay, that's good. But he
If
put
you need
her,
it, if you need them to be,
yeah,
yeah, it will
she
be.
needed to be. He downsized her to a little girl, and she was sitting in his lap, and he hugged her as of enormous light, and his love, the love that he is, permeated her whole being. And he told her she was going to have to come back to earth. She did everything. I've heard some people tell Jesus in that place of heaven, H, no, I ain't going back. Jesus didn't get upset because they said that. He just said, no, you haven't finished on earth yet.
You know, you mentioned several times about what they saw, the color of his eyes, and some
Mm-hmm.
say they were blue or whatever. I remember when we saw him
Mm-hmm.
years ago, over 50 some years ago. I didn't see color at all, but what I did see was a never ending eternity in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you could look into his eyes and it would never end.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it went on forever.
Everything that we say, and I picked it up for many years, of 35, 40 years in the brick and mortar pastoral position. When I stood up in front of people, and I still do, I tell them that I am mentoring you, and what I'm saying is being imparted unto your awareness. I found out that we are what is that imparts itself from God to each other. You came here in this story, dream, whatever you want to call it, to see others and to be a piece of the puzzle,
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it.
to cause every one of us in this dimension to read our books and our maps, built and structured, superstructured into the fabric of our being. Lord have mercy. Ah, my Lord, I did. Oh Lord have mercy. This thing is so tangible. One of the people that I investigated into as a little girl, she fell off a ladder going up on top of like a swimming pool. She slipped, somebody bumped her, and she fell off in the midair on toward the cement. Immediately, the father who was standing around saw everything slow down, and the words heard in their ears was "catch her." And when they said that, the voice said that an angel caught this girl in his arms and lowered her down to the to the concrete.
Mm,
No pain, no hurt, no anything.
mm, mm. Yeah.
This is the kind of thing that I was investigating into. Everybody that was in our ministry church that crossed over. And when the book said lay hands on nobody suddenly, I began to understand why I could not command certain people to not cross over. And some of them at the time I stopped it and some of them I didn't. I was told many times to tell people what it is like on the other side from my experience. and that would help them cross over. Most of the people that I've talked to that was in our class about this experience of near-death encounter, shared near-death experience, it helped them in the moment of bereavement, because there are a lot of things in brick and mortar denominationalism. They don't talk about the stuff we talk about here. I am interested in the realness of you. I'm interested in you being able to hear in anybody that you talk to the realness of God in them.
Mhm.
If you
Mhm.
talk to them, it is impossible for you to talk to them without meeting God
Yeah.
as the infinite eternal self.
Yeah.
Jesus just, if you're going to read the book and believe the book, it's like you do the Course in Miracles. If you believe that, then it's nothing wrong with you finding pieces in this book, the Bible, and pieces in the Course in Miracles. It don't matter
Or
about whether
any
one is
other,
real or
or
not.
any other. But,
It is a comfort to sit down and read and hear something that inspires you, strengthens you, and puts beyond hope the tangible substance of faith in your life that calls you to want to make another step. And thank God. In our 70s or 75, 74, we are in that place now that we couldn't see when we were 20 and 16. We can see now that we had a crucial moment. We could get up and quit, or we could stay here for another 10 years. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like the path is narrowing up to where
yes,
we
yes.
hear a lot of people.
Our age and younger that have gone on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know I looked in the mirror, I said, I didn't realize when I was a young man, I was so pretty. And then when I look in the mirror again and see what is now, I said, well, I ain't pretty no more. I think I'm just going to be cute. That's what I'll be. I just be cute.
Yes, Lord have mercy.
I want you to be seeing Jesus in every facet, every move, every step, without you hesitating and rejoicing in what you see. I want you to see the joy of God from the top of your head to the tip of your toes at the end of your pantyhose.
Okay.
I want you to see God. And it is one of the most exhilarating, energetic experiences. Superman can't touch it.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
All
I'm going to quit.
right.
She wants me to.
Yeah, because he's going off into cartoons and funny books. Anyway,
okay.
Linda says the them is me.
Yeah.
What you do to them,
Yes,
you
to me.
can't help do to yourself.
That's what I'm.
Since
honey,
we
if
are
I was
one.
if I was standing right close to you, I'd give you a big old kiss on the jaw, because that is God.
Yeah. Now, can I read something else?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. It says, we mark consciousness in another being by observing that it is animated, but we never see this consciousness, never touch or hear it. It exists within the very depths of the creature, and we understand it at all only by understanding the consciousness in ourselves. There are not different kinds of consciousness. Consciousness is consciousness. The sense of self that peers from behind your eyes is the same sense of self that peers from behind the eyes of your neighbor. Though this awareness is never at the same identical stage of development in any two beings, the difference is always one of degree and never of kind. One self pervades the universe. One self pervades the universe, and differentiating in an attempt to know itself better. It attains to finiteness and uniqueness by becoming multiplicity instead of unity. Each creature is thus an expression of the immortal self. There is that within it which was never born and that which will never die. Good, 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 good.
The constant.
Listen. You'll like
that's
this.
a long one.
Yeah, Marie wrote a book. She wrote a book.
Who's that?
I'm glad to have it. She says, I was in the hospital. The angels came and introduced themselves to me, and
Yeah.
they said they were sent here for me and everyone on this floor.
Hmm.
They worked with my body all night. The
Mm-hmm.
next morning, they came in talking to me,
Mm-hmm.
and while I was talking to them, she disappeared.
Wow.
I was healed, and the doctor said they have no nurses that work with you like that, but they couldn't understand how I was healed. And at that point, before the angels came in, I was at death's door. God is still a miracle worker. Yes.
Where's she located?
I don't know. Ask her.
I'd like to know where you're located. I would like to talk to you on the phone personally. I would
That's
love
good,
to.
Marie.
Yeah, I like to touch bases with you personally. That most of the people that have these experiences, they a lot of them are scared. I've run across a lot of them that was in church that had near death like experiences and had visitation from angels, but they're scared to say it because the people in the church were thinking,
Well, yeah,
lost your mind,
organized
and they'll say
religion.
God
Yeah.
don't do stuff like that no
Right,
more.
right,
But
right. But
I love talking to people. There's a guy that work on my Jeep. He's a mobile. Uh, my baby girl coming up here. He's a mobile repairman, and I was looking at him in the before we come online, and he is God's mechanic. And I just saw uh, this evening, and his name's Scotty, and
mhm.
I will call him because he's supposed to pick up some things for me in the morning. But I want to tell him that the reason why he chose that moving in his truck or van to do repairs on people's cars, mobile, is because he was assigned from the other side to meet these people, and he don't know about it, but he is evangelizing with the presence of God as him.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of people think that when you evangelize and preach, you got to get on a bus and a plane and a train and go deliberately for that cause of preaching and telling people about the Bible. But we are evangelistic people in the way of our lifestyle. People that we meet, we are prophesying. We're speaking to them. We are. It's a big word I want to use, but I can't. We are doing the same thing that a man would be doing if he picked up his Bible and went to the African country or the foreign country and preached the gospel. We are the gospel to each other
Yes.
by presence, being seen or unseen, knowing or not knowing.
Now, Linda says God sees God everywhere.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And
Thank
only
you.
God can see God.
Thank you.
That is the point.
Thank
Only
you.
God can see God.
Thank
Marie
you.
says she lives in Graham.
Oh, Graham, that's not too far from
You're
us.
close to my sister. Yeah,
Oh,
she lives in
yeah.
Burlington. So.
Yes, she lives in Burlington.
Mhm,
Oh,
mhm,
Lord, you guys
mhm.
are so.
Hey, Sister Phyllis, she just popped in.
Yeah. Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane, and I saw him. I traveled in my ancient Melchizedek memory, and I could see all of us inside of Peter, James, and John and Jesus in the garden, actually experiencing what he did in the garden 2022, going on 23 years ago
Mm.
in earthly numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys are awake now. You see things that you didn't used to see. And some of you came from the other side over here as miracle children.
Mhm.
I heard a lady say it on the other side. She went to the child care dimension on the other side. And some of the children that was coming over here, they had to rehearse being born over there, and they were little bitty angels. And when they got ready to come over here, they got small enough as spirit to go into the womb and expand.
Mm.
Wow, I mean, I want to sit and just listen to that kind of stuff 24/7, because to me, Jesus had become his little children. To me, that's better than Disneyland. Oh, it's better than a good old chocolate malt milkshake.
Mm.
It's better than filet mignon. I mean, anything that you put value in right now, there's not anything can take the place of that.
No, it's not.
I had a chance to look and see the the facilitators that operate in the Hall of Record, the Akashic Hall of Records, where there's billions and billions of manuscripts of books, publishers. And now I'm going to tell you something else that just come as an insight. Jesus meets in a session in the conference room for librarians, scribers, and book publishers 24/7. He is on the job meeting. And let me tell you something else, and this is going to get you now. People won't believe it. I have seen, but a knowing of God, that He meets with everybody that came to this earth before they come, that believe that when they came here, they changed their sexual identities. He meets with them over there, and He's very much aware of the mystical side of this event. I don't want no denominational feedback. All I'm just telling you is that the unconditional love does not rule out that He is with them as much as He is with those who swear
with all of
we
us,
are
yes.
more right than they are.
He's with us all.
God's love does not waver from them because they get crossed up in sexual identities. And it doesn't waver with you by not agreeing with what I'm saying. He still is the eternal, unconditional love. And when we say unconditional love, there's no way we can say it enough. Let me tell you something. When I saw my wife the first time, I didn't think that me and her was going to get together. I would love to if she had gave me an open to, but she didn't. It took a while. But my point is this. When I came to see her for the second or third time and called her on the telephone, that was the reality of bone of bone and flesh of flesh. It was not, it was different than talking to her on the phone or seeing a picture of her. But I met her in person. And from that day on to the time we met, I saw her every day for about 2 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, while we're dating, yes.
Every day. Early in the morning, when my love came down, I was right there. And when it's time for me to leave to go to work, I go to work and I would call her. I'm making a point here, honey. Don't get you unaware or not. I wanted to be because I wanted to be with her because before the night before I went home and Jesus began to appear to me again, I had been with her. I had stopped drinking.
Yeah.
And we was trying to read the Bible and sing some of them old songs.
For that whole week, that's what we were doing.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened.
Yeah.
It was because of God as her, Jesus as her, and the infinite compassion that we hooked up, and we're now sitting here at 54, going 54 years. People say, how do you live with him like that? Why you ask me how do I live with her like that? My gracious. And we have fun, we laugh, we get mad. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I ain't gonna tell you no lie.
Yeah, we did.
Happened this morning too.
It did. I don't remember that
Oh,
one.
I see. Yeah, you get like that. You like one of them old drunk bootleggers.
I don't remember getting mad.
Yeah, you
Did
got.
we have a
Yeah. You when you do your hand like this, shake your hand like that, and say, "Well, you always say you don't care." Yeah, I know. Well. That's one of them things.
I don't remember that.
I don't get. I get so upset with you sometimes. I want to just bite you.
Vice versa. Yeah.
I get so upset with you sometimes. I don't even want to sleep with you. I get so upset with you sometimes. I don't want to say nothing to you. I want to go for 2 or 3 days. Don't say a word. But it's the way it is. That's the way it is. I want you to know that when you read about somebody and hear about them, ain't nothing like seeing them as the real thing. This puppy, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
She's run out of treats.
Yeah, she's run out. Baby girl is
getting
in on our session here. She's a pretty baby. You a pretty girl?
No, don't let baby girl
Now,
distract you.
listen, I want you guys to know that we'll be back on here. I don't think we're gonna be on here
Sunday.
Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Not
It'll be New Year's.
It'll be New Year's.
New Year's
Sunday,
Day. New Year's
Sunday
Day.
morning, right?
It will
At
be
10
New Year's
o'clock.
Day, yes.
Come on back and let's talk about the new year and let's talk about
And
the new
look,
Jesus self.
look, I've said last, when was it? This is Tuesday.
Mhm.
Christmas Eve night. I said, tell us, I want each of you to say or tell us what you believe 2023 is going to be for you.
Yeah, come on, talk
for
to
you.
us.
And I don't, I've been thinking about it. I don't know what 2023 is going to bring.
I don't either. I ain't thought about it really.
I haven't received any divine revelations. Pastor Norman probably's gotten something. They always have some kind of rhyme or something that they said. I did think about the year 2023 is a year that I will see.
Yeah, I personally wish I could come physically to each one of you guys' houses, like Santa Claus do, and visit and talk to you, drink some good old hot chocolate, and talk to you, and I just want to just love on you and just hug you and hold you and squeeze the dew of happiness.
Okay.
Like the dew in the morning.
You're all over
come
the place.
And rest on my
You're all over the place tonight. My gosh.
Huh? Yeah, go ahead, baby.
Moving past the land of belief.
Yes.
It isn't important what you believe or don't believe. That's not even important. Moving away from the land of belief. And then some of us live only in the land of hope. What I hope will happen, what I hope won't happen, what I hope to become. Moving past that, moving out of that land, the land of hope, moving out of that land into the land of love, where the only thing that matters is love. And I remember there's a scripture that says, now abides these, faith, hope, and King James says charity, but it is love. Now abides these, faith, hope, and love. And he said the greatest of these is love. What remains after your beliefs, after your hopes, is nothing but love.
That's right.
And that's what we live by, the love nature, the love law. And that's what you are. Are you finished?
Yep.
He's shutting his Bible and everything, pulling his notes up and everything. Anyway.
Wonders and miracles.
Linda says she thinks baby girl is unconditional love. Baby girl is.
She is.
She is, but she's also spoiled. She's
did it.
She's very spoiled.
She did it. She is the most only dog I ever seen that constantly watches her. She don't watch me that much, but she watches the wife here everywhere, every move she makes.
Yeah, it's my shadow.
One of the most amazing thing about this puppy is that she can come back in the house and look for her play toy and fly running fast around the furniture through these cuts in the house.
Sliding on the
sliding. And I mean, just like a streak of lightning. I said, now we tried that. We've been able to bust a hole in the wall or bust our crown.
Yes, Pastor Norman, it's the beginning of the love revolution.
Yes, it's
the love revolution.
Yes.
I was thinking about our former president.
Yes.
And I had something to come to me that what happened when he was in office, not to bring any incrimination against him, even though I didn't agree with the things that he did. He brought into our country the privilege to hate and set that spirit of hate free, set it free in our country. And it's been running rampant ever since. And I realized that spiritual cloud has been hovering over all of us, but I thank God that there are those who are awakening, and they are awakening from fear and hate to love.
Yeah.
And I do believe that love is the greatest, that the greatest of these is love. It will happen.
Yeah.
That we will see.
There's a brother that I've been around for years that lives in the Lower South Carolina. His name is Troy Sims. And I told Troy about seeing his wife on the other side. And I looked around, and in the mail, Troy Sims had sent me $1,000 in the mail, and I need to call him and thank him for that. But you see how the none doing self can cause the spontaneity of love to think about the care of others. I wish it was some way that we all could get together with all those people up there in the snow that's having time moving around.
Well, you think, such you said the word care, and I
Mhm.
remember uh, I wanted to mention this, that my sister and brother-in-law, my sister and my brother-in-law, they each year give what they call a care package,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
we're still living on last year's care
That's
package,
right.
which exists of all kinds of paper supplies, cleaning supplies, all
Yeah,
kinds of
that's right.
things that you normally go to the store to get just to maintain your
Yeah.
house. And they give you this big stock of stuff that lasts you a whole
Mhm.
year.
Mhm.
And she started that about 3 years ago, and
Yeah.
it's so much now. I have to help people, and I have to give some of it away
Yeah.
sometimes. And that's the blessing of overflow. And I realize that we will not have room enough to receive it.
That's
I know
right.
what that scripture means now.
Well, you guys, I thank you for the financial support. Miss Jill got it on the line here for your supporting of us, the
Thank you,
Sawyers.
Jill.
And thank you for that, Miss Jill. And the joy of God that's in all of you. And somebody said, they look at me in the store and I got my Christmas outfit on. They say, I like your outfit. Like I just put it on for Christmas. I'm 24/7 Christmas. I never
I
stop.
heard TD Jake's wife say that she believed thoroughly in Santa Claus, and
Yeah.
when she was younger, she said her people played the part kind of like ours did.
Mm-hmm,
They
mm-hmm.
had the cookies and the milk, and they ate them. The cookies and milk, left
Yeah.
it there like Santa Claus ate it.
Yeah.
She said they even went outside and walked around the house in the snow and left the footprints like Santa came. And
Oh,
she says
Lord.
when she realized that Santa was
I like
real,
that. I love it. I love it.
it threw her for a loop. So she was funny.
Marie, I say the same thing to you guys. You all are absolutely amazing. I grab you into the arms of Jesus that you are inside mine.
Yeah.
And I thank you and I squeeze you to the love and the radiance of God. Just heal you and set you free from any other anything that's contrary to your happiness. Okay?
Yes.
Thank you
You
so
guys
much.
have a wonderful rest of the week and a wonderful New Year's
And
Eve.
hey, I'm gonna tell you this. We're gonna talk again.
Oh yeah.
We will talk again.
Oh yeah. We definitely will talk again.
And I thank you for letting us into your house to have a heart-to-heart conversation.
Yeah, letting us into your living room. Where they
Yeah.
might be looking at us on the phone in the car.
It could be. I'm gonna ride with you down the dusty trail and watch God be the horse that you're riding on to take you anywhere you need to go in the spirit realm.
You guys, we love you. We'll see you again on Sunday at 10.
Sure will.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you for the loving gifts of Christmas in the mail. Whatever you say or whatever you do, it's okay with us.
It's okay.
Yep.
Okay.